Hello, this is Grant. Welcome back to another episode of Dead Rising 1 Master Run. Today we're basically going to be getting all these survivors back on the way to the safe room. So, you just kind of have to spray this in his general direction. You can't aim it like you can in 2. Because if you go like right trigger it, you're just going to throw it at him. And you can even kill him. It's really comical, just like, imagine this dude's on fire and you're holding a fire extinguisher and he just looks down like, fuck you, and just throws it at him. It takes a little while, but there's a whole bunch of these around. There's one there, one to the left of this in that small room, and then there's one by the ride. It'd be cool if there was another use for fire extinguishers, or just any small items in general that you could use. Kind of like how they have, I guess, combo weapons in 2, but I'm not sure. So here, that tour guide achievement, that's the 8 people in your party. I don't know if it unlocks anything. I'm really forgetful about what unlocks what. Because really the only thing that matters is the Mega Buster and the Laser Sword. I'm really surprised. Like, it's too bad that there's not more good item unlocks. That'd be really nice. Anything to make, like, life easier. Particularly, I would love if this game just had a ton of achievements. Like, maybe not actual achievements, but just like mini little achievements that you can unlock in-game. And have, I don't know, some way to encourage different styles of gameplay. Like, say, that if you get so many kills with any object, then you have the choice of it appearing in the security room. But this wouldn't be like the small chainsaw, it would just be things that might be hard to get otherwise. That'd be kind of cool to have consistently there, like a stun gun. Like, I think the only, well, to be fair, you can get the stun gun, I think, spawns in the store where Jill the cop is, once you defeat her. But, it'd be cool, like, say, if you really like that, actually finding that consistently is really annoying. Like, during day 1, it's in the warehouse, but then that stops for whatever reason. There's probably a whole bunch of complicated systems on what spawns where. Because, I don't know, I think in the last episode, you can see, like, on the first day, the cardboard boxes in the warehouse drop like stun guns and batons, and then on this day they only drop cabbages. Like, that's a thing that for some reason it's always cabbages. I don't know why or how much time was spent in that, but it's a thing. Someone worked hard on that. So getting back is going to be pretty hard just because there's so many people. Some of these transitions, they're pretty bad, particularly at the end when you have to get in that air duct. My god. I think I forgot someone over here. It's always a big issue if they get grabbed. If you give them a weapon, usually they can deal with it. So this is Carlo basically signaling that you should get back to the safe room to advance the story. One of the hardest things about the transmission area achievement for getting all the calls is not stuff like the scoops or being in the right place at the right time. The hard part is not being in certain places at certain times. Because Otis will call you to come back to the safe room, like, hey, you have like 30 minutes to get back here, or otherwise you failed, is basically what he's telling you. But you need to get that call, so you have to awkwardly like wait outside places or not be in certain areas. It's kind of odd. That being said, it's nice because you can just go around and kill survivors. Because you don't actually have to save them, usually. Some you do, like anything that's like another scoop later. Like Paul, you have to save him because you need to go get the call about his Molotov scoop later on. I wish there was more ways to run the game in interesting ways. It's like they built this really great sandbox game. It's just too bad there's not more stuff you can do in it. Like more meaningful stuff. Like, yeah, you could make a time out of just killing zombies in weird ways. But it'd be kind of nice if there was a goal. Like, that's where I think the game really shines, is doing those crazy stuff. Like the 8-person team, really pushing it to the limit is what makes the game fun. You can kind of see new things, do content. So here I'm just going back for that elderly lady because she's going to get stuck. I didn't expect her to get stuck on the mirror, but she would get tired. Getting out of this bathroom with some of these mechanics is pretty annoying. So here I run like marginally faster than her, And you can actually watch when they're running. If you watch the hands of Frank and her, if they get too far apart, that's when he drops it. So you can kind of watch it as you run along. It's a neat little tidbit. I'm pretty sure that's how it was programmed, is literally just she tries to follow you, but if like it does a check where if you get far enough apart, then let go. Just a nice little tidbit. Most survivors you hold hands with are just as fast as you, so it's not really an issue. So basically I just run at full speed, and then when I see that kind of happen, just stop for a second so she can catch up. I'm really afraid that I'm going to like accidentally turn around and slaughter them all with one chainsaw swing. I kind of want to do like an army run through where I just always have like 8 survivors and I go through and I guess just kill psychopaths, because you wouldn't be able to do the main story if you could never go back to the safe room. Or at least, I don't quite know how it works. You might be able to. It'd be kind of cool to see how they react to different things. Because generally, they will help you fight psychopaths. It might be dependent on who you have. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, the cowardly ones probably will not help you fight Adam the Clown, but it is something. Like, I know I would always recommend taking the Japanese duo, taking them to the Adam the Clown fight, because you can just give them guns, they kind of whittle away, and he never really attacks them. But it'd be kind of cool to see if that was a thing. What if that was your way to like recommend it? But like maybe that could be a really easy thing. Like, okay, go through, get these survivors, and you can turn in everything else, but always keep this guy in your party, like the guy with the machine gun. He's pretty useful, I would think. So maybe just always put him in your party and have him stand in the corner when everyone else gets in. Kind of cool to see what the dream team would be. It'd probably be Paul if he uses his Molotovs. I don't think he does. Machine gun guy. Probably any of the gun store. They're all really good with their AI and their guns. You'd have to go get that book from Sean, which increases like their aggressiveness. There's no good way that I know of to really deal with this. You just I kind of run through the group until one of them gets up. If I wanted to be a little more efficient, what I would do is I should probably like make that transition so that those 3 get in, and then I don't have to deal with this crazy crowd once they're all up here. I haven't had the chance to try, but I think you might be able to just throw people up there if you grab them. But then you risk killing them, because it might do some substantial damage. Plus, I don't know how much you can control it. I know you can walk around, but I don't know if it'll actually be high enough to go over that. To me, this is like a pretty big, glaring issue. I can't believe this wasn't, like, they don't have a solution for this. It definitely probably had to come up in Q&A, or quality assurance, not questions and answers. But maybe there just is no good solution. Like, it probably would have been better if they had a drop down, but maybe they didn't have time to change that after the fact. I think here, maybe I actually am looking to see what that skill is. But maybe I just didn't get it to work. Or maybe I didn't have it yet. I want to say it might be Giant Throw. So, yeah. A lot of these skills are really good, but they don't really have a presence in the game unless you go look for them. There's one in particular where you can hit down on the joystick when you're getting grabbed by a zombie. And just knowing you can do that makes it a lot easier, rather than consistently going crazy. Like, wiggling the stick, you can just be down, 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 and you'll just flip it off really fast. Now, just to get to the door. Alright, this is Grant, and don't take your 8-man air duct gangbangs for granted.